Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tension hits William Ruto seriously as 86 ODM members of parliament across the Republic of Kenya, they are showing less interest towards selling William Ruto's agenda and declaring William Ruto their, of course, next kingpin in the politics of the Republic of Kenya, as per the orders that we're being told that William Ruto is expecting the majority of ODM members of parliament to endorse him and of course to inherit him the way they were of course behind Raila Amolo Odinga.
Sisi ndio tumekataa kupigia Nebukadneza magoti. Sisi ndio tumesema kama ni mbaya, sisi ndio tumesema tuko tayari kukufa kwa ajili ya mambo ambayo tunaamini, kwa sababu kama viongozi ambao tunaongoza viumbe vya Mwenyezi Mungu, hatuwezi kuona mambo yakienda vibaya kwenye taifa letu alafu tunyamaze eti kwa sababu tutakuwa waoga. Leo nikitoka hapa nimepewa mantle yangu Apostle Nebukadneza akitokea huko, mimi kazi yangu ni kuinua mantle yangu.
Remember, it is William Ruto who has rendered the UDA members of parliament useless. And even their re-election is in limbo. So when ODM party members of parliament are seeing the scenario that is likely to repeat itself, where William Ruto is ready to render them useless in the politics of the Republic of Kenya towards defending some punitive issues that is likely to cost them come 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, for more updates, ensure you subscribe to this channel. Let us ensure that at the end of this year, we reach 100,000 subscribers. I've seen we have reached 90,000 subscribers. Congratulations to all of us for the effort you are putting to ensure that this channel runs as, of course, as usual. I will continue appreciating you so much for that. And those who have not subscribed, ensure you subscribe. This channel is so interesting, giving you more updates. And of course, don't forget to like this video and also share this video. I will appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for that. Now,
what I pray for is that the party called ODM, you can stand any storm, and even if you make compromises, you must make compromises on matters of principle, not be part of praise and worship. We must stand firm. We must stand firm. We must stand firm.
Kuna watu wananiambia ati tukiona mtu kama huyu rafiki yangu Kiboreti na wenzake wanasimama wanasema 2027 kura ya Ruto isipotosha watajaza, ati ninyamaze tu nitakuharibia kura ya AU. Wanasema baba, saa hii tukiona unafiki ambao uko kwa serikali, wanasema wachukue hata watoto ya watu wanawashika, hawawaleti kotini, wanapotelea huko, abductions zinazidi, ati SG wako anyamaze kwa sababu nitakuharibia kura ya AU. Baba, watoto wamefungua shule saini wiki mbili, serikali kuu haijatuma pesa ya capitation, wananiambia Sifuna nyamaza, unaharibia baba kura ya AU.
As I speak, earlier on, Raila himself declared that they had not decided that they were going to support William Ruto's re-election. Later you saw the video of Edwin Sifuna even declaring that Raila, with his ODM party, even if they will support William Ruto, Ruto is going to lose election.
So as ODM, I'm telling you, and I've said it on this show, and I've said it on this show, Trevor, my position is, even if ODM supports Ruto, Ruto will still lose. I have said it here and I repeat it. So I want to make it very clear that as a party, we do not support either the internal affairs or the way the external affairs of this country are being run. And this is a reputation.
Because he said when the party leadership comes back, he will give direction.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. Let me make another thing clear. Yeah. ODM will only enter into alliances with political parties that are like-minded, political parties that are pro-people, people who can manage a country. You are not going to force us into an alliance with incompetent people. And it has been demonstrated that the Kenya Kwanza government is the most incompetent so far from independence. So they have mismanaged our country, they have mismanaged our democracy, they have mismanaged our economy, they have now mismanaged our international affairs. So our standing in the community of nations is now under, in tatters.
My direct question is,
yes.
So what if Raila says we are supporting William Ruto in 2027? Then what?
William Ruto will lose that election with Raila's support.
Okay.
Yes.
I think
we had some governors also that they were like, we cannot fall into this William Ruto's political trap. These are, for example, James Orengo, Akina Nyang' Nyong'o, who rejected William Ruto totally. Now, as days goes by, before Raila Odinga was declared dead, Raila maintained several times there was no agreement and even declaration from the party that they were going to support William Ruto's re-election. It is something that Edwin Sifuna has always said, but some individuals are saying that Edwin Sifuna is a problem in ODM. Rather, they are depending on those reckless, careless leaders who are having press briefing morning to evening, talking nonsense and total rubbish. Now, when these ODM members of parliament, they are making some decisions, they must be so cautious with William Ruto. He's a man in a mission, and I've said and I've repeated many times. His declaration was to ensure that ODM party was not going to reach 2027 strong. And that is the mission that William Ruto has been having before even Raila Odinga was declared dead. And so the tears that William Ruto is having is crocodile tears. It's not genuine and it's not real. And even the friendship in between William and Raila was fake. The real friendship was in between Raila and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Before Raila Odinga was declared dead, you saw even Raila himself saying, who told these members of parliament that ODM will not have a presidential candidate? In other words, he was urging his members of parliament to come slowly. Now, after the Raila Odinga's death, these members of parliament were being told they held a crisis meeting towards what next for their political momentum. Are they going to sacrifice their political strength and their political bloc where they're coming from? At the moment, William Ruto will know and understand how he's going to take over your political bloc. That is how William Ruto will ensure he sacrifices anything, but to ensure he's going to inherit your political bloc. What these members of parliament must be told, William Ruto is a man in a mission. At the moment he's going to give them any chance, then he's going to enter into this with his full body. Then later you will hear William Ruto will be controlling every part of the Republic of Kenya. When you go to Suba, you'll be told it is William Ruto who is deciding whoever should be the member of parliament. When you go to Ugunja Siaya, it is William Ruto who will be deciding whoever should be member of parliament. When you go to Bondo constituency, it will be William Ruto who will be deciding whoever should be the member of parliament. When you go to Coast, when you go to Western, the same thing. So these members of parliament must be so cautious because, of course, they used Raila Odinga to propel them into this politics. They must now understand how campaign it is. They must understand how they should sell their agenda. They must understand how to work for the people. Because William Ruto is not going to joke with them. William Ruto is not going to tolerate them. I'm telling you, William Ruto is a shrewd politician. What comes in his way, anapita nayo. So the ODM 86 members of parliament in ODM has been, of course, they're coming from different regions. We're having some from Coast, we're having some Western, we're having some majority, of course, Nyanza, Kisii, Nyamira, and Nairobi County. They must be told when they are going back to defend these seats, their seats, they must know that William Ruto is not going to favor them. In fact, we are being told that even these members of parliament are so curious. They are even in panic. How they are going to manage, how they are going to, of course, mingle with William Ruto. Because we had, even earlier on, we had the rebellious members of parliament led by of course, Akina Jalango, Felix Oduor, the member of parliament of Langata. We had the member of parliament of Game, Elisha Odhiambo. We had the Akina Mark Nyameta, the member of parliament of Uriri. We had several members of parliament who were, of course, branded as rebellious to ODM. Then later, Raila joined the so-called broad-based government. That's the moment these rebellious members of parliament felt like we are eased. But now, as we speak, William Ruto is expecting all these 86 members of parliament to support his cause, sell his agenda, wheelbarrow agenda, or else he's going now to start pinpointing whoever should be, of course, inheriting those positions. So I can tell you what awaits these members of parliament. They either walk out on William Ruto or they stay and being destroyed immediately, because William Ruto will not joke with them. William Ruto is not going to play with them. Raila knew how he was controlling these members of parliament. But at the moment he has been, of course, buried. These members of parliament, they are like, wow, how are we going to manage this scenario? Because Raila played a very crucial role to our politics of the Republic of Kenya. In fact, in their areas, you could see Raila going to say, Millie Odhiambo Tosha. That is it. In fact, we had this norm that when someone has been given the ticket of ODM party, is automatically elected and is a member of parliament or member of county assembly or even the governor or even the president. That is the norm that has been there for the longest period of time. So for us, kupiga tu macho na kuona vile vitu vitaendelea. Ladies and gentlemen, for more updates, ensure you subscribe to this channel. You like, you comment, and you share this video. Till you meet in another video. Bye-bye.